Loose change for getting down. It's Friday and I'm on fire, and I know that I'll break your heart, and I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. 'Cause these cars are just it, so won't you come?
K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Another episode of Between the Ropes. That's right. Tonight we're actually doing a breakdown of the WWE Royal Rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. Sorry, I guess I couldn't do it as bad. I guess I couldn't do it as good as
Michael Buffer.
Michael.
Yeah.
That's his name.
Michael
That's
Buffer, yeah.
Yep. I guess I can't do it quite as. I tried. I'm just not
It's
quite as
alright.
good. But let me go ahead and welcome you in to the individuals that's going to be with me tonight. That's right. We call him Mr. Mess Around Dave. How you doing tonight, my man?
Hey, we good. I had somebody else cook dinner tonight, so that's a win-win for me.
How can you complain about that, man? I did slave over a hot stove and cook at the same time while watching the games. I mean, absolutely. Also welcome in William Hudson, who's over there on the side. He's our first viewer tonight. Crispy Bacon, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good.
Could you really complain? Because if you did, I don't know if anybody would listen anyway, to be perfectly honest.
I don't know.
All right. And
Probably
then, of
not.
course, welcome in Christy Wilson. How you doing tonight?
Hello. Doing good.
All right. And guess who's back? Back again. Dragon Viper.
Viper's
He's
back.
back. How's it going
Hey.
tonight, my man?
I'm okay. Hopefully this handles the internet, so I'm kind of
Well-
probably going to be in and out. We'll see.
Well, I guess we'll definitely find out. And then, of course, welcome in the real Dragon Viper, Mr. Tim Fielder.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here.
Oh, God.
Doing good. It was a good rumble.
No, it was lousy. Anyways,
Okay.
Well, let me get...
Hey, there you go.
All right, so with that, anyways, I hope everyone's ready to talk some Rumble.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's go ahead and start out with the first match of the night, which led off with Roman Reigns and Mr. Seth freaking Rollins, who came out in the Shield gear and Shield music. I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
India Echo.
That was fire.
That was awesome. But
Yeah,
let me tell
that
you,
was good.
for some reason, I don't know why, but there was actually people who were actually commenting about this, saying that Seth Rollins coming out in Shield gear and the Shield music was disrespectful. And I'm like,
What?
how's that disrespectful? I'm like, no. He
No.
did it for a reason. He did it
Yeah.
to get in the head of Roman
Mind games.
Reigns. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Mind
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, I had people on my
I
Twitter
thought it was
timeline just
awesome.
freaking out over it, like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!"
I was
This is
freaking out in a
amazing.
good way.
it was
I was
good.
freaking
Well,
out
it was
in a
cool.
good way.
I
though,
thought it was
but-
cool.
Oh yeah, it was definitely awesome. So, Mestrout, I'll start out with you. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. What'd you think?
It was just one of my favorite matches of the night. I mean, you had, like you said, Rollins coming out in the old Riot gear, the Shield gear, coming out through the crowds. When that music hit, I was like, oh, snap. That's awesome. That's such fire right there. And then Reigns is like, look at him like, you mother effer.
Right?
You doing that.
Damn you, Rollins.
The
That
match
was-
itself was really good. I wanted Rollins to win, but I kind of figured that Reigns was going to retain. Even though he did, it's still a great match.
Yeah.
So, welcome in Jemias. He's saying, love the Mind Games by Rollins the match was great, but hated the finish. Other than that, we saw a darker Roman. Absolutely.
We did.
And I think that's why they did the ending the way that they did it. Because, number one, you really don't want to – I think in a way they're trying to build up Rollins also. And so they don't want to make him look weak by actually having him lose clean to Roman Reigns. So they figured, what's better than to make even Roman Reigns a worse heel than doing what he did and causing Seth Rollins to lose like that. That was absolutely fantastic. Crispy Bacon, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it was a good match. I like Rollins coming out with the Shield music and the get up, the gear and all that. I thought that was good. One way to get inside, the mind, play little mind games, and it kind of worked for a little bit. And I thought, well, Seth might actually win this, and then, the whole chair thing and all that.
Yeah.
All right, so Brandon Herrera saying hello Goldilocks. Oh, wait, that is Randy Cox, and then Nicholas Burnett saying what's going on, everyone, and then Brandon Herrera saying Christy Wilson, are you offended that Randy Cox has longer hair than you do? No,
Not at all.
push not.
It
All
looks
right,
better on him than on me.
So Sarge, what did you think of Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns?
I mean, it was one of my favorite matches. It was kind of funny because when Roman Reigns got the chair and started hitting Seth Rollins in the back, it reminded me how Seth Rollins turned on the Shield. It is the exact same way, which was awesome. Somewhere deep inside of me, I was hoping Moxley would have showed up somewhere or somehow just bring on massive confusion, but the ending stunk, and you know what? Acknowledge Roman Reigns.
So
And Paul Heyman.
You know what? Let me tell you this right now. Jemias is actually saying it all. So I think Roman has gotten better with his facial expressions. His reaction when the music hit said it all. And you know what? I will come out and say this right now. Myself and even Mess Around, we were the biggest critics of Roman Reigns for so long.
Hated him.
But I will come out now and tell you, as far as that guy has come along, to me, has been absolutely impressive. Like, this character, I'm not going to deny it now. As much as I disliked Reigns, I think that this character that he has is freaking phenomenal. It tells a story. He's doing what he's supposed to do, and I give him props. I give Roman Reigns props.
It only works with Paul Heyman and his mouthpiece. As his mouthpiece, because if he's alone, I'm not buying it.
Well, no, but I know some people were like, the match was so-so. But here's what was really good about the match. When you think about it, this is the match that kind of had everything. It had the betrayal. It had the patent, the disqualification. It kind of had the old friendship rivalry thing going on. You had guys going, it was awesome. It was such a good match. I loved it. So, well, I guess Dragon Viper will be back. I'm not sure exactly if he's back yet.
Nope, he's back.
All right, he's back.
I'm
So
back.
Dragon Viper,
I'm
go ahead and tell me what you think.
What I think about this match, and I don't know if I'm lagging or not, but what I think of this match, I think it was a good match. But the thing is I am so sick and tired of Roman Reigns being champion. I am so sick and tired of Roman Reigns, period, that I was actually expecting Seth to win this match. So I'm kind of disappointed that Seth didn't win it. Do I understand why Roman won it? Yes, but it still sucks, and I didn't care for it. I really didn't.
There it is.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
But he's doing his job. If you are sick of Roman Reigns, he's doing his job. We've been saying this forever. If you are a heel, people dislike you, and so he's doing his job.
It's like we say Sami Zayn all the time.
So why do you think people are really tuning into SmackDown? Because they want to know, when is Reigns going to lose it? That's why they keep constantly tuning in going, who's going to beat him? When's he going to lose it? So people want to see it. And then when he does, it's like, God, I hate this guy. But this is why, because he's doing his job.
They are overdoing him, though. They are just overplaying him. They are over everything. They are shoving him down people's throats. I don't care for him. And there's other stars out there on SmackDown that could, use some spotlight time, but Roman's taking it all.
So let me ask you a question. You're a Randy Orton fan. So if Randy Orton had the title for, let's say, 500 days. You would not complain one time about it. You would be on going, this is awesome. This is exactly my point.
No. I would complain because of the fact that I want to see other people, take that spotlight. Do you think they would keep we'll go back to like The Rock or Stone Cold. If they held the title that long, you wouldn't have seen other stars come up the ladder like they did. They're doing it to Roman Reigns. They're doing it to a few others. And I don't think it's very fair for other stars to have to be out of that limelight or spotlight because of the fact that Roman Reigns is taking it all. I don't like Roman, and that's that.
So let me ask you a question about this. Believably, if it's believable, who is believable that could actually beat Roman Reigns on SmackDown? Give me one guy that's actually believable that could actually beat him on SmackDown.
Commander Azizi or whatever his name is.
That's probably about it. Believable.
You've had guys before they were drafted. You've had guys on there that could, like Kevin Owens. And names, I'm blanking on names, but right now Kevin Owens is one of the main ones that could have beaten him, and they let him lose to him. So there are guys that deserve that spot.
So Brandon's saying, "Wee man." That was fun.
No. Roman would just squash him like a bug. You just step on him.
I love it. Christy Wilson, what was your thoughts on
I did like the match. Rollins coming out in the Shield gear with the Shield music doing the entrance to the crowd. That was cool. And the match was overall really good. I just hated that finish.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out over Roman with the chair, and he'd beaten the crap out of Rollins. I thought the next thing he was going to do was curb stomp him, just like Rollins did to Mox when he broke up the Shield the first time.
That's the thing. They're trying to make Seth Rollins a face. So because they're trying to make him a face, they have to make it a story. And you can't just come out and be like, okay, we're going to have Rollins beat Reigns the first time and make him a face. Right. There has to be a story put in tune to it.
The best part about the whole thing was Paul Heyman turning and getting going with
exactly. And so that's why by doing it like this is actually telling a story. This is making it more of a believable face by Seth Rollins by being like, okay, this is how I lost to Roman Reigns. Yeah. Now he's starting to actually gain trust from fans and being like, now he's starting to be more of a believable face.
Yeah.
Oh, your wife's thrown out of that.
Reggie? No.
Your wife's thrown out of that.
I know. No, she was definitely.
I could be Roman Reigns, okay?
Oh, okay.
So who's your first match, Lesnar or Reigns? Who's your first matchup, Reigns or Lesnar?
If he had anybody, he would say Lesnar. But anyway, so let's go ahead.
I was gonna say, like during the match, do you see like Roman talking to himself the whole time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of.
He won't let me let go. He won't let me let go.
Well, it was before that and after that. He was all talking to himself. So I wonder if there's going to be a change in character for Roman.
He starts to get paranoid or something like that?
I don't know. I don't see it because his current character is so good.
Yeah.
Well, it's WWE we're talking about, so.
Yeah.
That is true. Vince made like 20 changes to the match before it all started. So
did Randy just freeze again?
That's a good picture.
Froze again for a second.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and jump into that next match of the night, which actually surprised me that the second match of the night was actually the Women's Royal Rumble match.
Oh,
that was a good Rumble.
Yeah, it was. It was. That was actually great. It was really cool to see some of the older women wrestlers in there. That was cool. What I thought, they could not have made Ivory's character any more perfect.
That was awesome.
Oh my god, I was laughing. Awesome. She's coming up berating him, and I'm like, okay. hey, I like this.
Yeah, Ivory's character was completely that was awesome. It was
Yeah, it was.
and
It was
the
cool.
interesting thing about it though is that that Sasha Banks actually came back a lot sooner than people actually expected, because originally, from what I had heard, was that Sasha Banks actually wasn't supposed to be back for at least a couple more months because of injury, but she
Right.
came back a lot sooner. So we have a few comments here that said, Jemais was saying, I started thinking they're turning Roman to Snitsky. It wasn't my fault.
Oh my God.
And then he's also saying, I think they disrespected Marlena Cameron and Summer didn't even belong in it.
Oh,
Well,
I
Melina.
agree with that to
He
some
had a court
point.
date. Sonny had a court date.
Oh,
Shit.
Yeah, I heard about that.
right.
right.
All right. So, Mr. What was your thoughts on the overall Royal Rumble? Even though once we knew that Ronda was in it, we knew that Ronda was going to win.
Right. I liked it. I mean, the one part I didn't like is like the Jameis said, like Marlena, she looked old, out of shape, and just like she didn't move like she used to. Like, what a waste of a spot. Cameron, though, she really impressed me. She looked a lot better than she did in her first run with WWE. So she improved a lot. In Summer Rae, I was like, oh my God, she was horrible. I remembered why I didn't like watching her, and another wasteful spot. But Michelle McCool, she still got it.
Mm-hmm.
She can still do it. I was impressed. And then, like you said, once Rousey got into it, we knew she was going to win it. And I'm so glad she did, because Charlotte doesn't need to win the Rumble. She's already done everything. Like, it just make her
Not everything.
oh, look,
Not
I did it.
everything.
I did it. I won the Rumble. I don't have to defend my title Mania. We don't want to see that.
Well,
yeah, but the stipulation would have been different because she could have picked her opponent.
yeah. She was going to have to defend her title at Mania. She was just going to be allowed to pick her opponent.
Yeah.
So she still would have had to defend it, but she would
She
have
would
got
have
to
picked a
choose.
snowflake, someone she could beat in 2 seconds.
Well, exactly, and that was the whole point of it. But you
Yeah.
kind of knew in the end that that Ronda was gonna win, and so Ronda's gonna end up picking Charlotte now from the talks of it, and then it'll end up being, and then it'll be like Becky, which for a while I was kind of going back and forth, being like, how is it gonna go? Because I thought that Lita was gonna actually end up going up against Charlotte, because that they kind of started this little thing going on. Then Lita's like, I'm gonna stick around for a little while. I'm gonna do
I
one
knew it
last
wasn't going
run.
to happen.
I want to wrestle a match at WrestleMania, and so I thought maybe it could be Lita versus Charlotte, but it doesn't.
I was also disappointed that Liv got thrown out too soon. I was like,
me
oh, God, really?
We knew
I
that.
was
We knew
upset
that was
about
gonna
that.
happen.
I
What
picked her.
about Naomi and Sonya?
That was cool.
Uh huh.
I'm over it with those two.
Yeah.
Like, move on,
thought-
please.
I thought it was also kind of funny. Mighty
I
Mo
thought it was
came
funny.
out,
Yeah, it was comedy.
Yeah,
and then
I like it. I think it makes it good.
I thought it was
can't
funny that
Touch
Mighty
me until
Molly
this
came
jacket
out
comes
and-
off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
And,
talking to Mess Around, and like the person that impressed me the most was, I believe, was it Ali or Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
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 Very much with her skills and everything, and
She's not
I
bad.
I was impressed. And you know what, I really liked this Rumble. It was missing Victoria. That's all right, but
She beat Aaliyah beat Natalia in
Natalia.
like 3 seconds. Or
Yeah.
something
Yeah,
like that.
shortest
Yeah,
match.
that was her,
match ever.
her debut match. Yeah.
Yep.
yeah. So I picked
But-
Lita to win in the group, but on DraftKings I just messed everything up, and I missed one pick on DraftKings out of 7 questions, and that
Oh.
was when will Belair come in? That was the one pick I missed.
Oh, all right.
Wasn't that awesome to see Bree push Nikki out? That was pretty funny.
That was that
Revenge.
was cool because if you remember before, it was Nikki who pushed out Bree. So this
yeah,
time
yeah.
they flip flopped and said Bree push out.
She's like, bye, bitch.
Yeah, maybe my sister,
was-
but bye, bitch.
that was actually real. I mean, obviously, there was certain women that were in the match that we knew wasn't going to win. Like Molly Holly, Ivory,
Yeah.
Michelle McCool. Even though Michelle McCool lasted a while in the match,
She did.
That
She
was
looked good.
Oh yeah.
So. If there was one women wrestler that I saw that came back that could still do it, Michelle McCool could probably definitely still do it. She looked like she still has a little bit left in the tank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think she could have another long run if she wanted to. I think.
Oh, I think she could. Well, you got to think she's married to the Undertaker, so
Yep.
I'm sure the Undertaker keeps her in shape.
Right?
So William Hudson is asking. He's saying scale of 1 to 10. How much does everyone like Lita?
9.
7.
Yeah.
So we have 2 9s. We have a 7. Chris, what's your scale of 1 to 10 for Lita?
We'll go 8. I don't know.
Actually, I'm gonna take it down to 6.
What?
Yeah, I didn't think she looked as good as she used to. She's older. She can't move around as well as she used to. But she looked a lot slower than she normally, being older as opposed to being younger. She was a lot slower, and her moves just didn't look as crisp.
Well, she is
I'm
good.
gonna take it down to 6.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's
Jamie-
definitely getting older.
Yeah, James has proof because he has proof that Lita has gone from thong to granny panties. So
Right.
that's probably why.
And then Dave, wants to know if you enjoyed your Dr. Pepper yesterday.
Yeah, she bought me a Dr. Pepper at work. It was so nice for her. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So William Hudson is also saying he's trying to book her for an upcoming signing. That would be pretty cool.
Ooh.
Ooh, Lita? Nice.
Yeah, Lita. Yeah.
Cool.
So in the end, I think we all kind of agree that Ronda Rousey, we saw her winning once she kind of entered.
I loved it.
Yeah.
When her music hit, I was like, yes, that's awesome. I was happy to see her because at least I knew that Charlotte wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
But sure,
and
yeah.
I think that's what made a lot of people happy is that, a lot of people actually like Ronda. A lot of people like her. A lot of people are glad she's back. I've never personally been a big Ronda fan, but
Spot that I wanted to see was her and Shayna go at it.
Would have been
They
nice.
kind of
Yeah.
did.
well,
Almost.
no, not really, because
I see.
she got eliminated.
Yeah. I wanted to see those two go at it. It would have been cool.
I
Mhm.
wonder why Alexa Bliss never showed up. I don't know.
I
if
want to
there
know
was
that. I
talk.
also want to know why Paige
Because-
didn't show up.
Because
I don't think she's ready yet.
And yes, Brandon, I'm gonna get to that, but that'll be on when the men's rumble comes. I will get to that. But anyways, she did not show up because she doesn't want to get back in the ring yet. She's requested not to get back yet. She wants to build up her character to get back into it before she gets back in the ring. So that was requested by Alexa, to where she said, "Let me get some TV time first before I get back in the ring." So she
Makes
actually
sense.
did not want to get back in the
Yeah,
ring
that
yet.
makes sense.
Gotcha.
Disappointed there was no Paige or Asuka either.
Yeah.
Well, Asuka's not back from injury yet.
Right.
She's
What?
still hurt. She's still home. She hasn't been cleared yet. Paige is one that I heard just got cleared, but she had gotten cleared like the day of the Rumble, and so
Okay.
that would have been hard to
Mm.
kind of put her in the day of the Rumble. So
Or she,
I think people can be expecting her at any point because
Yeah.
she got cleared.
maybe she'll come back with Asuka.
Maybe they'll show up on
Maybe-
Raw tomorrow.
But all right, so we can go ahead and jump into that next match, which is Becky Lynch versus Doudrop, which I'm not so mad that Becky Lynch won because I just don't think that Doudrop is ready yet.
She's not.
But I think everybody knew that Becky Lynch was going to win this match. I
Yeah.
think everybody knew that. So, mess around. You can start out with Becky Lynch and Doudrop.
Yeah, like you said, everybody, she's just not ready for the main event WrestleMania status yet. Will she get there? Who knows? Will they keep her around long enough for her to get there? Who knows? But the match itself was pretty good for having Doudrop in it. I mean, she's athletic for a bigger gal, and she can move and whatnot. So it was a really entertaining match. And to have Becky win clean, I was surprised she won clean
Yeah.
without cheating. So that was impressive.
All right, Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, no, it was a good match. I think, like you said, we all knew that Becky was going to win it, but I thought Dewdrop, did the, was in that match pretty well, and I think she's going to get more title matches in the future. Maybe not right away, but I think they're just, I don't know, testing the waters and seeing how long these matches go.
Mm-hmm. All right, Sarge.
I mean, the match was okay. Dewdrop does have some skills, but I don't think she's ready yet. So bring on Ronda Rousey. There we go.
All right.
Obviously, Christy, I know you've been a fan of Dewdrop for a while, ever since she's been Piper Niven. So,
NXT,
yeah. So, what was your thoughts on this match?
I would say Dewdrop was very impressive in the match, even though I knew she wasn't going to win. She was still very impressive, and yeah, it was. It's kind of nice to see Becky win clean and not have to resort to grabbing the rope when the ref isn't looking, or any type of cheating move like that.
Well, that's kind of how I thought it was gonna go, though, because because Becky is that heel.
Yeah.
So I figured that's how she was gonna end up losing. Even though this one was kind of interesting, though, when you think about it, because Becky was a heel and kind of Dewdrop as of late has kind of been a heel too.
Yeah.
So you kind of had two heels in this match. So you kind of figured, maybe somebody's gonna cheat or maybe not. So Amy said that the match was actually good too. So she actually enjoyed the match also. Overall, yeah, it was a decent match. So, and then when you think about it, now one of the next matches that we had was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, but with Roman Reigns interfering, and Roman Reigns spearing Lesnar, costing him the match, and the betrayal of Paul Heyman on Brock Lesnar, and then walking away with Roman Reigns. This is why I enjoyed the match, because this is a match that also had a little bit of everything. It had the betrayal. It had the interference. It had the referee getting knocked out. It had guys going through the barricade. This is a match that had a little bit of everything in it. That's why I really enjoyed this match. And this is kind of how I assumed it was going to go down, simply because the night before this pay-per-view, WWE decided to scrap the whole champion versus champion match at WrestleMania. That's what they wanted to do, but the night before they scrapped it. And so they said, Lashley, we're going to put the belt on you. And then I'll kind of explain how everything else went later once it kind of got up to the Rumble once we get there. So, Mess Around Dave, what do you think of this Lashley and Lesnar match?
First of all, I just realized I made a huge mistake, and I said the Brock thing of the betrayal in the Roman match. I don't know why I went there. I made it.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I went like that. Yeah, I'm stupid sometimes. Anyway, this match was good, but I liked it. It had the betrayal, like you said. I just wish they would have let Lashley win clean, because it kind of taints it. We've been looking forward to this match forever. And I would have rather seen Bobby win clean than – I understand why they went that way, though.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it just ruined the whole match. If Lashley wins, I wanted to see him do it clean.
Yeah.
Well, you know why they did it? Because they have to make both guys look strong, and they want to make
I get
they're
that.
not going to lose clean.
I get that. I said, yeah, I know why they did it, but for me, it just kind of ruins it. I wanted to see a clean win.
So, Amy was asking, I was wondering why there's goats on Becky's jacket. It's because she's trying to say that she's the goat, which is why she has goats on her jacket. So, Crispy Bacon, what did you think of this match?
That was good. It was a good match. It had everything in it, but it's going to lead up to potentially WrestleMania between Lesnar and Roman, most likely. So I just wish it was a different way they could have done it. I'm not upset with the matchup, but
so Sarge.
I liked it, even though I knew what was going to probably happen did happen. with the match, but I've said it before. When you get two meaty men going at each other, I mean, it's a slobber knocker. So
It's a little slobber knocker.
A
slobber knocker. So yeah. So
All
yeah.
right, Christy Wilson.
Well, this was definitely a dream match, and it was really good until that finish, which I agree with mess around, Dave. It would have been nice to see Lashley win clean. This just feels tainted to me.
All right, so we can jump on into that next one, which is you had Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Miz and Maurice, which Edge and Beth Phoenix came out on top, which I think everybody assumed that too. Did everybody see after the match that Edge actually went and picked up his daughter and carried her up the ramp?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was sweet.
That was cool.
Oh, that's cute.
What do you think of this match?
You know, to begin with, I wasn't really into the whole mixed tag match, but it was actually really good and really cool to see them team together. And then to hit them both, hit the spear on Miz and Maurice, and then do the Glamazon, the Glam Slam on him.
Oh yeah,
that was cool to see that. And when he went to pick up his kids, that made it even better because they actually got to see mom and dad wrestle together. So tears.
Aww.
Beth still has it.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Beth still has it. All right.
Beth still got it.
Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, it was a good match. I mean, for a while, it was kind of, I don't know. At first, I thought the lead up wasn't that good to it, but it ended up to be a good match. It was cool seeing, the mixed tag match.
Well, I know Edge and Beth Phoenix always wanted to wrestle together at least once before Edge actually called it a career, and before. Well, Beth basically called it a career. She only comes back every now and then, but yeah. So Sarge, what'd you think?
I mean, Beth still has it. I mean, she lifted the Miz onto her shoulders. That was awesome. No, it was a lot better than John Cena's match when he was with Nikki. So I gotta give her props.
Will you marry me?
Yeah, I will.
There was not a proposal in this match, which was even better yet.
Yeah.
All right, Christy, what did you think?
That's it was my favorite match of the whole Rumble. Super. Was happy to see Edge and Beth win, and then them being with their kids. That was cute. I loved it.
It's always good when you see them celebrate with family afterwards, especially with their kids. That to me was really, really cool.
It was.
Edge and The Miz have always been two of my favorites for like a while, and so it's always cool to see them in the same ring at the same time. Yeah. Maurice, hit or miss. I guess I could really care less about Maurice. Really, I've never been a huge fan of Maurice. Beth Phoenix, the Glamazon. She's always kind of been cool to me. I've always liked her. She's actually one of the really, really strong women wrestlers of the time, which that's why I like Edge saying when he's like, Beth just wrecks people.
Yeah.
Right.
She does.
It's true. Yeah, that's something that Beth has always done, just wrecks people. That's really all she's always done. She's definitely one of the better ones that I've seen. And so I was just happy that I got to watch her one more time in the ring.
Yeah.
That hair though, oh my god, crazy.
I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed Beth Phoenix next to a picture of a different lady. I don't remember who it was, but she wasn't a wrestler. She was some kind of star. She kind of had the same kind of hair, and they're like, oh, look, it's similar. And I think she was basing her hair off of that lady or something. I don't exactly,
She looks like a crazy biker chick to me.
So you're not a fan of the hair?
I'm not. I'm just not.
Oh my god, what is it you
Right.
look?
So when it comes to it now we can actually get to the Men's Royal Rumble side, which I wanted to clarify a few things because people are like, well, they could have done a different way with Brock, blah, blah, blah. here's the thing. Going into that night, because they had scrapped the whole belt versus belt at WrestleMania. So at that point, they kind of knew what the direction they were going. But before that night, they had scrapped that. And so at this point, they didn't even know. They knew that Lashley was going to win, but they did not know who they were going to put against Lashley at WrestleMania. So because they did not know who they were going to put against Lashley at WrestleMania, they couldn't have, okay, well, this person's just going to go in and win the match, because it wouldn't make any sense at that point, because then you have somebody who's winning the match that you're like, okay, so they're not going up against anybody because maybe that's not what WWE wanted. And so it was actually Brock that actually came to Vince and them and said, well, the way around this is if I lose to Lashley, have me enter number 30, I can come in and win the match, and then that way I already go up against Roman and our match is set up. And then that way you guys can then focus on the WWE championship afterwards. You guys don't have to focus on that right now. And WWE said, you know what? That's a good idea. So we might as well roll with that. And so for that, I'm like, you know what? That's kind of brilliant, because if you don't know who you want to place against Lashley yet at WrestleMania, you can't just have somebody randomly just win the match and then afterwards be like, well, that's not really who I wanted Lashley to go against. Because that wouldn't make any sense. So they kind of went that route, and I'm like, okay. Once I realized that to me made a lot of sense at that point. Is on the route that they went with Brock. I'm like, now that's why they did it, and it was actually Brock's idea. And I said, you know what? Brilliant idea. They couldn't have gone another way, especially if they didn't know who they were going to put against Lashley at Mania.
I don't like it.
I can get it. I get it now. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they did it.
It's still dumb.
You may not like it, but that would be like,
you know
okay,
why?
so-
If they could have had somebody else win, and if they decided to change their mind later, they could have had the guy they wanted to face Lashley, challenge that guy for a spot at WrestleMania, and have that guy take it from him.
Yeah, but then it kind of would have been a waste of a Royal Rumble win. At this
But
point,
you still
at least it's not a waste of a Royal Rumble win at this point. At least
Not
you kind of
necessar-
know that the person who won gets to go up against Reigns. But if you have
It's not
somebody
the
win,
first time that would happen, though. They've
lose
done
it.
that for Money in the Bank. They took it from Otis and gave it to The Miz.
Yeah, I remember that.
I know, but that one was just.
But
that
you
one
also
was
have
kind of questionable. Why?
I mean,
did
they
that, but
already
this one made
established
sense.
that Reigns and Lashley or Lesnar were going to go against each other with the whole Paul Heyman turning on him and Reigns interfering. It's already been set up. Why do you need him to win the Rumble? It just makes zero sense to me.
But
this is why. But this is why they did it.
You have
I blame it on Vince for changing everything 20 times.
And actually, go ahead, Chris.
No, I was gonna say you have Elimination Chamber coming up. You could have changed.
Yeah,
hands
which
then.
no,
In
which
Saudi
the,
Arabia, of all
which
places.
the original plan was before they did that. The original plan was to have actually Brock go into Elimination Chamber, win the Chamber, and that's how he was going to go up against Roman Reigns. But then Brock said, "Since I'm here, you might as well just have me do it tonight, and then you can do something else at the Chamber." And they figured, you know what? That's a better idea. Just have them do it now, and then do something else for the Chamber. Put the title on the line at the Chamber. You can do that. I like that idea much better by having a title match at the Chamber. That's what the Chamber's meant for, is for title matches. And so that I'm like, that was a good idea. Now, I know people are talking about Vince McMahon and the Royal Rumble. This is where Shane McMahon comes into play in this one. Because when it came to the Royal Rumble, it was actually Vince that said, I'm going to let Shane produce the men's Royal Rumble. So Shane McMahon actually decided to produce the men's Royal Rumble. And this is why Shane is under a lot of heat. Because Shane McMahon came out and said, okay, I'm producing the men's Royal Rumble. I want to go over. So Shane actually wanted to go over, and Shane was like, I feel like I should either win or be in the final three. And this was actually making a lot of guys angry because Shane said, I want to eliminate Kevin Owens. And Owens like, really? And he's like, yes, I want to eliminate you. And then I want to be in the final three if I can't win it. And people are like, well, why should you win it? It would make zero sense. and so
Did-
because he wanted to go over, and so at that point he's like, okay, fine, then I'm going to be in the final 3, and that's why Shane McMahon is under a lot of heat, because it was supposed to be Jamie Noble who was producing the show, but instead Shane said, I'm going to overtake Jamie Noble and I'm going to do it. And this is so Shane McMahon actually produced the Men's Royal Rumble.
And that's why it ended up being what it was.
So
The men's rumble was
sense.
crap. It missed a lot of things. It missed some of the nostalgia by bringing back some of the old guys. We didn't get the surprises we usually get.
Nope.
It missed a lot of that. So I wasn't really impressed with Rumble at all.
I thought it
wasn't either.
NXT.
I thought
at
it
all.
was good though.
Oh my God! Should have had some NXT guys in there, like Ciampa,
So
Loomis, Braun Breaker.
I liked it.
Cameron Grimes.
yeah, I liked it too.
Carmelo Hayes,
I like the Rumble.
Grayson Waller.
Is Shane a full member now, or back in the?
No, he's still there. But
Yeah.
that to me was like the biggest thing is when you have Shane who's saying, I want to go over, and you're like, wait, what? Like what?
He's
Why?
already over. Jesus.
Did
Makes no sense at
Kevin
all.
Owens? Did Kevin Owens go? If I accept, do I keep my job?
No.
You want to go over and you're not even a full-time, not even a part-time wrestler. It makes no sense. You're not even – you show up once every 3 years and you want to go over.
Yeah, and that's why
a
Shane
corporate
McMahon is
guy.
under a lot of heat, and that's why he's under a lot of heat with the guys in the back, because they're like, "Why, Shane? Why?" And Shane's like, "Because I'm producing this, and this is how I want it." So this wasn't actually on Vince. This one was actually on
I agree
Shane.
with Dark Soul.
Yeah, Shane does need to go away. I like Shane, but he does need to go away.
Yeah, this was actually Shane McMahon. This was his doing on that one. So we kind of have to give Vince a little bit of leeway on this one. This had nothing to do with Vince. This was all Shane.
Has Brock been in the chamber before?
Brock has been in the chamber. I think he's been in there once or twice. I think.
Okay.
I think
Yeah, the Dark Soul was asked.
He has been in there before,
Okay.
but he felt like he didn't want to waste one of his appearances also on the chamber, because he's paid to make a certain amount of appearances a year, and Brock's like, that would kind of be a waste to waste one of my appearances at the chamber, when if he's winning the title at Mania, which I'm pretty sure he's going to, they're going to have to use him for some more shows after that. So why waste one of his appearances at Mania?
True.
Chris, it sounds like you like the Rumble.
I did. It was good. I thought it was good.
The Royal Rumble's always one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
We saw Johnny Knoxville, Bad Bunny.
Oh, Bad Bunny!
I love that spot when Knoxville came in and everybody did their finishers on him. Like
That was cool.
That was cool.
Where's
Yeah.
Bunny?
I love the fact that he was pointing to the WrestleMania sign. That made me
Right?
I'm going there.
It's like,
Those
yeah,
glasses.
over there.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though, because a lot of people were actually expecting Johnny Knoxville to throw out Sammy, but
It was
then
the other way around.
yeah,
Trying
but
to. He
then
was
this
trying
one was the
to.
other way around.
Yeah.
So Christopher
And-
Perez is saying, do you guys ever notice we get 1 year of the Rumble, the Royal Rumble's good, and then the next year it's crap, then the year after it's good again? It's off and on every year.
So maybe next year.
Yeah,
will be
because
better.
last year was awesome. This year's a total bomb.
I don't
Change
know.
it,
I
stayed
like
far
that.
away from it.
Last year you had Edge and Bianca Belair winning, and it was awesome. And now it's wah wah wah.
No, I liked it. I love this Rumble.
The women's side was good. The men's, and not so much.
Yeah, the men's fell flat. The women's actually was a lot better than the men's.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Me too.
Oh yeah, that was the one part I was gonna bring up about the women's Rumble that I forgot. The Lita and Mickey James spot. That
Oh, as soon as Mickey James's music hit, her Impact music
that
hit,
was cool.
place went crazy.
Hardcore country.
And she had the knockout
Even-
championship belt on her.
Yep.
Even
That was even
the
better.
Mickey James and Michelle McCool, because you remember Michelle McCool used to call her Piggy James.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Piggy James. Yeah, yeah, Piggy James. All right, so Sarge, we're still talking about the men's Rumble. Your thoughts?
It was okay. If I had to grade it, would get it a C. I just, it just fell flat because we didn't have any of the surprise entrances or whatsoever.
Yeah.
And like even with the women's, there was no NXT there. It just fell flat, and I just got to give it a C. I just couldn't get into it that much with it.
Well, so now that Lashley is the champion, there's actually a few names that are going around on Raw that could potentially face Lashley at Mania. They haven't made a quite decision yet. They're still
Embrace.
yeah.
I think mess around with saying
they are well. So
AJ.
they are talking about Seth Rollins, but they are also talking about AJ Styles.
Right.
They are also talking about Kevin Owens,
Right.
and they're actually considering Finn Balor. So they actually have 4 or 5 names out there that they're still considering. They don't actually have one locked in place yet. That's why they're like, how do we want to do this? Because they do have this awesome thing going on with Rollins and Reigns though too that I would like to see kind of expand more too. So
It could be
somehow
a triple. It could be a triple with both on the line.
yeah, but they did that last year at Mania, so you don't want to do another triple this year.
That story's been played before.
Yeah, so you don't want to do the triple threat this year at Mania because you did it last year. So
but it's WWE,
I'm just thinking.
so I mean.
So I'm just thinking any type of way this year, if somehow they could get Rollins to kind of like go up against Lashley, that would be cool. I'm really embrace the vision.
I wouldn't mind seeing Finn get a shot too, though.
Finn, yeah, that would be cool
I'd love
too.
to see Finn get a chance.
He needs it back.
He needs to be in more matches though for that to happen. I think.
Yeah.
No.
He
Or
needs to get that
winners.
title back because he started it all off with the new titles, and unfortunately he got injured against Seth Rollins, and it's just sad that he never got a chance to get it back.
True, and he deserves a chance to get it back.
Yeah.
So, Christy Wilson, you kind of said a little bit about what you thought of the Rumble. A little bit, not too much, but.
Okay, Knoxville getting eliminated. Okay, that was hilarious. And then Sammy getting eliminated afterward, and he looks completely shocked. I'm like, conspiracy!
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
Conspiracy! Conspiracy! I'm telling you, conspiracy!
What do you guys think of Omos getting eliminated?
I knew once all the wrestlers got in on Omos, started beating him down. It was only a matter of time before he got eliminated. And ironically, it was AJ who delivered the blow that sent him over the top rope and hitting the floor.
So I actually thought it was kind of funny when Gable gets in and Gable's like, I got a plan. I got a plan.
You
He's
first.
the biggest guy. He's the biggest guy. You get it.
Since Sammy Breeze just throws him in the fire first.
Right. You get him. You're the biggest guy. You get him.
Here. Let's all beat him up.
That was awesome.
I was gonna say in that Kofi Kingston.
Yeah,
when
so
he went-
that was actually a botch though.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Oh my god.
That was a botch because Kofi was actually supposed to actually grab the barricade and actually hold on without his feet hitting. But then it came out that his foot actually hit, so he had to leave the match. But yeah, it was actually a botch. Because apparently they had some big spot later on in the Rumble
With him and Big E.
where him and Big E were supposed to be involved in a spot in the Rumble. I don't know whether Big E was supposed to throw out Kofi or Kofi was supposed to throw out Big E, but they were supposed to have some big spot in the Rumble, and because that spot was botched, it didn't work out.
Oh jeez. You didn't get to see any Kofi saving himself from
Big E. Oh, he's wearing a beanie. I thought he did something to his head for a second. I'm like, what did he do?
Did you magically grow hair?
Minnesota. I got a hat on.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
only
see that.
13 degrees here.
No,
It's Miracle Grow for hair. That's what it is.
You look like a chia pet.
Oh
It's my comb over.
A comb over.
You look like a chia pet.
Chia.
It's Miracle Grow, guys.
Yeah, just add water.
Yep, exactly.
So I would actually be okay with Rollins facing Lashley at Mania. I think that would be really cool. There was actually a few people who were talking to me about this because they were mentioning how they were okay that Rollins didn't beat Roman because they were saying that Rollins can't carry a company, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like,
He carried Raw. He
did
carried
that
Raw in the
years-
pandemic.
Yeah.
On that
Not only did he do it during the pandemic, but when
Right.
he was WWE champion years back, when there was a lot of injuries in the company, he carried the company then.
He did.
Yeah, back when he was part of the Authority. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was part of the Authority, yeah.
Yeah, he carried the company then.
Yeah,
So
on his back.
absolutely, Seth Rollins can actually carry the company. I would have no problem with that.
Yeah.
Blasphemy.
So out of those names that are being thrown around, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, I forgot about the other one.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens.
Yeah, and then potentially like Randy Orton. You know, who would you really like to see Lashley face out of those names that they're throwing around? And I'll start out with mess around.
I like the idea of Rollins, but for me, I'd want to see Finn get another chance because he hasn't really gotten one in a long time. So, but I think they're going to go with Rollins because he can carry the company. He's believable as a champ. Not that Finn's not. It's just you really think Finn could beat Lashley. I know he did it before when he had the United States Championship or whatever.
Intercontinental.
But he didn't really beat Lashley. He beat Leo.
Oh
No,
yeah,
no.
Leo.
So he beat
Leo
Lashley's
Rush.
big mouthpiece. Lee.
Leo. Lashley.
Lashley.
All right, Chris. So out of those names that they're
Yeah.
talking about, who would you like to see face Lashley at Mania?
I want Finn Balor to get another shot at it, but I feel like it's gonna be Kevin Owens. I don't know.
Could be.
It could.
Fight Owens, fight.
France.
Yep.
Sarge, how about you?
Otis.
Otis.
Oh yeah.
Otis.
Yeah.
Only if Mandy comes out with him.
But in all seriousness, I think it's gonna be Rollins. It's gonna happen at the Elimination Chamber, which I think is in Saudi Arabia, I believe. So
Yeah.
It is.
Saudi Arabia. Ugh.
yeah. So I think that's where it's gonna happen, and he's gonna win it. So
Afternoon pay-per-view or premium live event.
Yep, Rollins. All right, Christy, how about you out of those names?
Oh, I would want Finn to get an opportunity because he deserves it, but I wouldn't be mad if Kevin Owens got that shot himself.
I'll tell you, I'm really stuck though between Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins because I like all three of those, and I would completely be okay with any of those three actually getting it.
Make it a fatal four-way.
Big B, how about you?
I think we're going to see elimination chamber match for the number one contender next month's pay-per-view.
There you go.
Yeah, but who would you like to see win it?
Man, it's tough because we've all said all good names. I could see them possibly calling up an NXT guy, Ciampa, to possibly give him a shot. I'm open to anybody, but I really think Ace, you're not going to like it.
Uh-oh.
I think we're going to see him face Goldberg.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
see, I'm surprised he was not in the
He's either going to face him at
You had to do it.
He's either going to face him at Mania or we're going to see him face him at Elimination Chamber. Because Goldberg is scheduled, I believe, to be at Elimination Chamber.
He's always been at in Saudi Arabia. Goldberg has so.
Okay, so I know that Goldberg's supposed to have one more match. He's supposed to have one more match. So because he has one more match, it would not surprise me if you see Goldberg show up on like Raw and then be like, "Oh, I'm going to challenge Lashley at Elimination Chamber," and then Goldberg loses to Lashley or whatever, and then that's the end of it.
I really hope you're right, Ace, that one more match, that's all he has, but
I
You know,
don't.
money talks, money talks, and Goldberg might want to do a couple more, but I know he said he's got one more match, so we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I
Can
was
we
gonna
get a
say
Wee-Man versus Hornswoggle match? Come on.
that would be cool. That would be
Hornswoggle?
cool. Yeah, I was gonna say for sure. I don't know if that's accurate, but I know that it keeps saying one more match for Goldberg. I don't know.
Yeah,
if he
no, he's
actually
come
has
out and said he
more.
has one more match on his contract. So,
Okay.
But would he
but
really
to go to
waste it?
WrestleMania, I mean, anybody you guys name, I think will be a good fit for
What about
Lashley.
Austin Theory?
So,
No.
Sarge, you were
Come
gonna
on.
say something.
I mean, my thing is, would Goldberg, if he had one more appearance, would he really waste it at Elimination Chamber?
I don't think
Yes.
so.
Possibly. I mean,
I don't see it.
He's supposed to. I thought I read that he was scheduled to be there. So
unless
I don't know. I mean, you're right, Sarge. That why would he waste it at there, not Mania? I mean,
Well, yeah, because the only reason I'm saying that though is because if Goldberg actually has one more match on his contract and he goes to Elimination Chamber, wrestles in the chamber and wins it, he doesn't have another match left on his contract. So
well, it doesn't mean you can't sign another contract. I mean,
no, but I'm saying
He
if he
retires with the
but-
belt. They have a tournament for a new champion.
Yeah,
Yikes.
So I don't know. I hope I'm wrong that that he won't extend his contract. I'm really hoping it's only one more left. So Oldberg isn't around much longer. But
So I'm
I
looking at.
mean, honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I really thought Goldberg's last match was going to be a tag match with his son versus Lashley and MVP.
exactly, and we've been talking about that for a while. But I don't see how they would fit that in at Mania because he's going to defend Lashley's going to defend the title at Mania. So
well,
I don't
not
see,
necessarily, but I mean, they could fit it in. But I mean, WWE does crazy things. So I mean, maybe we get the mixed tag match at Elimination Chamber.
Somebody get a hold of that 13-year-old that's writing for him, see what his ideas are.
Yeah.
So one thing, if Goldberg is fighting Lashley at Mania for the main event for the title, I'm boycotting Mania.
I
I'm with
don't
you on
think
that.
that'll be the main event. I don't think that would be the main event. I think it'll be Roman and Brock as the main event.
Yep.
Or it could also be like Ronda and Charlotte at the main event though too. So
Well, and the thing is we got both of them showing up on Raw right now. So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, they're not going to announce it. They're going to pick right away.
Ronda could pick Becky for all I know.
I
Yeah,
think
she's
it's
gonna pick Charlotte.
I think it's gonna be Becky. Since Rumble's over, I'm looking a little bit, and she wants to go after Becky.
Yeah.
Well, Becky took the title from her.
Well, yeah,
I heard that Becky and Ronda is going to be next year's Mania,
Well,
and
but-
this year's going to be Charlotte.
my original predictions though for Mania that I had posted before that I just said in my predictions that I would stick with is that I've got Lashley versus Rollins, I've got Roman versus Brock. I said it'll be Charlotte versus Lita because Lita wanted one more match, and then I said it'll be Ronda versus Becky, and so that's kind of. And then somehow I feel like you're gonna get Randy Orton versus Riddle. I think that's going to be a Mania match. Also, I think that they end up splitting up somewhere along the way, and you kind of get a Mania match with them too.
Do we think the Forbidden Door is closed now after Rumble, or do you think we still got it cracked a little bit?
It's cracked a little.
I think it's closed.
Yeah,
It's
no,
closed.
I think it's closed too. I think this was just a one-time thing with Mickey coming from
It's cracked open. It's definitely
open.
cracked open.
I think
It's
Mickey
open.
James kicked the door wide open.
You can only hope she did. So
Yeah, because
and I missed most of you guys' show because my phone was acting up.
Oh, okay.
Why didn't we get an Impact male wrestler at the Rumble? What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I don't
mean,
know.
was it just over for Mickey James or what? I was kind of disappointed.
I guess probably just to make it up to her because they sent her stuff back to her in a trash bag.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's. I mean,
sorry. Why don't you be a part of the Rumble?
Yeah, no, and I get that. And I saw Moose has tweeted out some things prior to the Rumble calling out Roman. So that's why I was kind of shocked there wasn't an Impact guy in the Rumble, you know.
It'd been nice to see Moose there with his Impact World title.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that was a rumor.
They let Mickey
but-
come out with the Knockouts title. They could have let Moose go in with
Which
the
was sweet.
Impact title. Yeah.
Yeah, I like how Ace was saying, like the doors still crack open. I would not be surprised if Mickey James put her title on the line at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
I heard that
exactly.
was a possibility.
Yeah.
I heard
He
that
wants
was a
to.
But who would
possibility.
he go up against though?
Charlotte.
Maybe Sasha.
Oh, you would have to go.
I
She would have to
heard-
go against Charlotte or Becky.
I
Somebody
heard
with
she
the
wants
title.
to
Against
go up against
Michelle
Charlotte.
McCool.
I heard she wants to go up against Charlotte, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
She wants to make that happen.
Just don't make it a title for a title match, please.
They are?
No, I said don't, because
Yeah, please don't do that.
Well,
No.
Then
well,
Charlotte would
honestly,
win
if
and
they
go to
do that,
Impact.
then they're copying AEW because AEW did that with
Christian.
not Christian,
Umaga or whatever.
oh,
Guevara
yeah,
versus
Kenny
Cody.
Omega, held both titles. So
Yeah, well, yeah. Because
Yeah,
I think Christian took one from him.
Impact title. Christian won the Impact title.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I really hope that it's not a one-time deal. Hopefully, they kind of do a working partnership for a little bit.
With Impact, yeah.
Did Ace freeze on us?
No, I'm still here. I was just listening.
Okay. You're kind of just stoned there. Or you didn't move.
I'm
I'm like, oh, you must have
I was
froze.
stoned.
Right,
That's
Yeah.
right. I was stoned.
Yeah, but no, I really hope the
He's
door
got
is
to hold
open. I
some
mean,
that shaky.
yeah,
It's not gonna shake.
I was just disappointed that I didn't see any Impact guy except for Mickey James out there.
I was also disappointed we didn't get to see any NXT stars in there. That would have been cool.
They reported earlier that they weren't going to let NXT in, which I don't know why they wouldn't, but
Oh yeah, so Dark Soul is
Omega's
saying,
dead.
Omega's dead to me.
Omega.
From his comments earlier, which makes sense, and I think people know about the comments that he's
Horrendous.
referring to. Those were
Inexplicable.
horrendous comments, completely inappropriate. Never should have said them.
I guess I missed the comments.
His name does not belong on this show. Let's put it that way.
It does not.
Yeah, completely inappropriate. So
Okay.
I would never. Yeah.
Hey, send me the comments if you find them. I guess I must have missed something.
Okay, I think I have I think I screenshotted it on my phone. I will send it to you.
Okay.
When you see it, you'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, all I
Yeah.
can say is they were completely inappropriate comments. I don't know how AEW did not, say anything to Kenny about it, but something should have been said. Something
Tony Khan
definitely should have been
make a
said
new
about it.
one pretty much over
Yeah,
there.
and actually-
Absolutely, somebody should have.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm guessing it's Amy since you're on here. I mean, she makes a good point. Lacey Evans taking her sweet time coming back.
Yeah.
Spending time with her kid.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
just-
blame her either, but Sarah
Sarah
Logan
Logan
had a
coming
kid. She's back.
Maybe almost
What's
a
that?
year ago. You had
Yeah.
Sarah Logan coming back. And she
Yeah.
had a baby about maybe
The
almost a year
Bellas,
ago.
Ronda Rousey. I mean,
All new moms.
Yeah.
I wonder
So
what's going on with Lacey Evans. I mean, yeah, I get it. She wants to spend time with her kids. I get that, but
the women's division though is going to get better because you have Ronda back, you have Lacey Evans who's going to be back, you have Bailey who's coming back. So you actually have three big names right there that are coming back, and Sarah Logan just got back. So
Yeah.
you're actually
Asuka's
getting bigger
potentially
names
in a
now.
couple months.
Yep, and then Asuka's going to be back. So you have more bigger.
Did you
women's
guys,
names that are coming out?
comment on my comment about Kelly Kelly.
Oh,
Did you guys see that
about
comment?
Oh, yes.
How she looks so different.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we did. We did.
I ain't gonna lie. I really thought it was like a stunt double or something because I didn't believe it was her.
I think it's just a changing
I don't know
hair
what you
color
guys saw, but
stuff.
I swore up and down it wasn't her.
Oh. What, you thought it was her evil twin or something?
I don't know, body double or something, man. Because when they said Kelly Kelly, I'm like, that's not Kelly Kelly. You guys are smoking something.
Shane,
You
To be
know.
honest, I didn't really pay that close attention, so I didn't really catch it.
Well, I mean, I remember her with the blonde hair and and all that, but yeah, sure didn't look like her. I mean, I had to take a closer look. So
Her
And
belly
so-
flop looked like it hurt.
So
yeah,
Christopher Press saying, wait, I thought Sarah Logan was a one-time thing. And she could be. I don't know.
It could be, yeah.
But
yeah, she didn't look too in shape. I know she just had a kid, so
yeah.
But she didn't look like she was wrestling ready.
But neither did Ronda didn't look like she was in as shape as she was before.
I think Ronda just had a kid too. Yeah, no, she did.
September.
And so that's
Melina. I know you guys commented a little bit about her earlier. I didn't think she was ready.
Didn't look great.
No.
Which actually interesting though too, because that was actually a botch at the beginning of that match too.
Ooh.
Because Melina was actually supposed to last. Melina was supposed to last longer in the match, but she lost grip of the rope against Charlotte and she fell backwards.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So she was actually supposed to last longer, but she lost grip and she fell
Melina
out.
didn't she get eliminated by Banks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you mean Sailor Moon, Sasha Banks?
It was Sailor Moon. It wasn't Sasha Banks. I didn't see Sasha. I saw Sailor Moon.
I was following Sailor Moon Sasha on Twitter.
Yeah.
Because of the gear, it was wild.
Oh yeah. So but yeah, so that's kind of what happened there. She was supposed to last longer, but she lost grip and she fell backwards.
Ooh.
Oh, is that why they were doing the split competition in between?
Yeah.
To waste time?
Yeah, because she wasn't supposed to do that. It was just a botch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're at the end of the show now. So mess around, Dave. Any final thoughts for you?
Hopefully next year's Rumble's better than this one. We get surprises like we're used to. Can't wait to see what happens on Raw tomorrow. Also, thanks for commenting and interacting with us. Keep the show going. Chris, thanks for doing what you do. Check Ace and I out tomorrow on our Red Tape Files, and I'll be on at noon with lunchtime with Mess Around.
I believe on the Red Tape Files tomorrow we have a special guest. Correct?
That's next Monday.
Oh, next Monday. You're right. Okay. You're right. Okay. All right. And then Crispy Bacon, any final thoughts for you?
Yeah, thank everybody for watching, tuning in. Coast to coast, have great shows coming up, and tomorrow, on my show, we're gonna talk about this championship weekend and on the road to the Super Bowl.
All right, Sarge.
Thank you for commenting. I think this is like Dark Souls' first time commenting. So thank you for commenting. Check out Monday. Mondays are getting a little packed with shows, and it's going to be great. And check out the Sports Compound, because I may make a crazy prediction.
I believe it was Christopher Perez's first time commenting too. I haven't seen
it was
before too, so I think
thanks for that.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
for that. And Christy Wilson, any final thoughts?
Thanks for having me on, and it's always a blast being on this show.
All right, Big B.
Thanks for letting me come on. I was hoping to get out of work a little earlier because I wanted to vent a little bit about the Rumble, but we'll save that for Tuesday Night Mania. Hopefully we get it in. But yeah, thanks for commenting, reading comments. Chris, thanks again for doing what you're doing. And Tuesday night, I believe we're going to do a little entertainment hour. It got preempted because we talked a little baseball in the Hall of Fame, and we had a special guest. So this week we'll definitely hit up some entertainment news.
All right. So we do want to thank everybody for watching. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure having everybody on here tonight. Mess Around Dave, Crispy Bacon, Sarge, Christy, then of course Big B at the end of the show. We had Dragon Viper, but he kind of up and disappeared. I'm not really sure what happened to him. or Rapunzel, one or the other. But anyway, but anyways, one or the other. But anyways, I really hope everybody has a fantastic night, and we will see you next Sunday for another episode of Between the Ropes. Have a fantastic night.